Welcome back to part 2 of episode 2 of the Red Moon Saloon. This is the talk show where we sit around and drink some beers and talk about Star Wars: The Old Republic. This is Krause along with my co-host
Gooch, baby. Gooch. All sauced up.
What the was that?
It's an Ewok.
Oh.
They're my motherfucking main men right here.
I told you to get those out of here.
My right-hand men.
Yeah?
You guys gotta go. Just go. Alright, they're leaving now. They're leaving. It's okay.
What do we got for our first part of, second part of episode 2 here?
We have our first trivia question for our subscribers. It's our first contest here. Our first question here is, who was the female Jedi from the first and second cinematic video that wields a double-bladed lightsaber? We need her name. So you tell us her name, and we will give you a free shout-out, 10 words or less, whatever you want us to say. The first subscriber to go ahead and tell us that answer, say whatever you want, 10 words or less. So take advantage of that.
Whatever you want.
Whatever.
Within reason. Don't tell us to admit to killing anybody, or don't tell us to admit to molesting little children. I can't talk. I am drunk. I guess that happens. Cheers to anybody else that's out there drinking.
Crack open a cold one and chill with the guys from the Red Moon Saloon.
Yeah.
First topic on hand. First topic on hand is which in English means Krause's gonna talk about his beta experience this weekend. So we're gonna go ahead and roll from there on episode 2, part 2 here. Take it away, Krause. Yeah. Tell us what you experienced here this weekend in the beta testing.
The beta testing this weekend was from Friday to Sunday, and I participated in it. My whole guild, most of my guild got into it anyways.
Imitatio Day.
Yeah, Imitatio Day.
Little plug right there. What's up, fellas?
I'll put a link up right now if you're looking at the video to our guild website. They're pretty hardcore, so don't expect to get in unless you're very experienced. But anyways, the beta, because of the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement, I'm not allowed to talk about anything specific about the beta, but I will give you my review of it. Let's start off with the graphics. The graphics. If anybody's played EverQuest 2 or World of Warcraft Cataclysm, then you'll know that those graphics they're pretty good. EverQuest 2 has some amazing graphics, but it's got that kind of funky chocolate, everything made out of chocolate feel to it. But it's kind of like a combination between Cataclysm and EverQuest 2. You can notice some of the shaders and stuff that EverQuest 2 uses, and then a lot of the high detail characters and stuff from, or armor and stuff like that from World of Warcraft Cataclysm. It's nothing spectacular, but it's definitely one of the best graphics I've seen in an MMO so far. But I don't know, what do you think about graphics in MMOs, Gooch?
Well, I've been watching a lot of videos here about TOR, and they've been incorporating a lot of the old KOTOR, which is, Knights of the Old Republic. A lot of the old things that they used, a lot of the scenery that they used in KOTOR, they've also been using in the Knights of the Old Republic, although it does use a completely different engine, versus Knights of the Old Republic here. It's a totally different engine, but there's a lot of aspects that they incorporate from the Knights of the Old Republic into, the Old Republic. So it's a good thing that we got a lot of hardcore, Knights of the Old Republic players in here, and they're seeing a lot of the same stuff, which is cool, but completely different engine. I think the engine is pretty solid, nothing too spectacular, but good engine, man.
I will have to say, when you first get in the game, look up, because it's pretty amazing. I played with all my graphics set to high, everything as high as it can go, all the slider bars as high as they can go. I run my computer as a Intel i5 quad-core processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and a Radeon HD 6870 graphics card. I built it for under $800, and it can run everything on high, so I'm very impressed. Let's go on to sound. Sound is one thing that I like a lot in games, especially, and I have to tell you, the sound in the Old Republic is amazing. One thing that's really cool about it is the way that things sound in the distance. One of the first things I remember is when I stepped out on the battlefield for when you first start your character, and there was a bunch of battle going on, a bunch of shooting and bombs being thrown and grenades, and everything sounded off in the distance. You could hear like the grenades going off and stuff, and you could slightly hear the lasers or the blasters and stuff, and it sounded really cool, and it's just absolutely amazing. Story. Let's go on the storyline. The storyline is amazing. It is nothing like I've ever seen before in any MMO. I mean, literally, when they're talking about on the website how everything is voice acted and everything has a choice that dictates how things go, it's exactly what they say it is. I mean, the storyline is amazing. A lot of the quests I don't even realize are just basic quests, but you just forget about what you're doing because you're so involved in the story. The last thing I'm going to go over is combat. The combat is awesome. A lot of MMOs out there have combat that just feels really like clunky. It feels like every time you try to do an ability, you're more focused on that. Your character's more focused on doing his sweet little spin animation than he is actually damaging that enemy. And I hate that about a lot of the MMOs that came out over the past couple years. But everything in TOR, all the abilities that you use are either instant or they have a cast bar where you have to stand still. And if they're instant, you can move while you're doing them. You can move while you're shooting. The combat's very fluid. Zero lag. I mean, the PvP was excellent. I'm a big PvP fan, and I made a couple PvP videos that I'll be showing you guys as soon as the NDA is released, and it was just awesome. Beta invites, the next massive stress test that BioWare is running. Gooch, you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, there's been a couple of insights about the beta invites. Didn't mean to rhyme right there, but it just happened. Everyone who signed up before November 11th is experiencing a mass invite. You're going to be included on the next beta. When that is, we don't know. Nobody really knows. Speculation is that it's going to be next weekend or the weekend after that. MMO Champion and Curse.com is, they're a little bit of insight on that, but, we really don't know when the next beta invite's going to be.
Curse.com and MMO Champion, along with some other websites, are actually handing out beta invites for this next stress test, even if you didn't sign up for beta before November 11th.
That's a good thing, they're using, like a secondary website. They've noticed that, they might be overwhelmed with the whole beta invite, so they're incorporating some of the popular websites here. MMO Champion is real popular, Curse.com real popular with the Wild World. Maybe they'll, try to branch out and try to, reach the TOR crowd.
Definitely. It's no coincidence that in America we have over 800,000 pre-orders for the Old Republic, and worldwide there's about 2 million. And it's kind of funny because the last report that I heard is that World of Warcraft has lost 2 million subscribers. Now, either this could be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a good thing because there's more players playing that want to play the Old Republic. The bad thing is that we're bringing more World of Warcraft players in, and as a lot of MMO fanatics know, World of Warcraft players are not the nicest and brightest group of people.
Definitely not the brightest, I would say. Some of them are kind of idiots, if you ask me. But we love them all. I used to be a WoW player myself, so we'll see what it leads to in TOR. We'll see how they adapt to the the new game. So our next topic on hand is going to be a race. It's actually a race that Crosby has personal experience of playing. It's the Chiss race. We're going to go over the home planet and a little bit of the history of the Chiss, and we're going to give you a little bit of insight on what's going on with the Chiss. So Crosby's going to take over here, and just listen up, crack your beers, we'll get loose.
If what you've told me is true, you will have gained my trust.
That's Mace Windu chiming in there. But, I'll tell you what here. I'm going to go grab another beer, and I'll be right back with you guys to talk about the Chiss race. The Chiss, one of the playable races in the Old Republic. The Chiss is a blue-skinned, near-human civilization from the planet Cilia on the unknown regions. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. The Chiss is a real cool race if you're into the lore. They're a blue-skinned race, taller than most humans, and they have glowing red eyes. Nobody's sure why they have blue skin or glowing red eyes, but they think that it has something to do with their ice world home planet.
Actually, I think the glowing red eyes has something to do with the oxygen content on their home planet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like the redder it is, I think the more oxygen they have. Depends on if my sources are correct or not. My sources are correct or not.
But anyways, the Chiss is a really cool race because how they came into the Empire. If anybody knows much about the Sith Empire, they are exclusively human. They try not to take in any aliens whatsoever. And any aliens that they have are few and far between. The Chiss got into the Sith Empire because they did something that the Empire never encountered before. The way that the Sith Empire takes over civilizations is
the Chiss Empire.
The way the Sith Empire takes over civilizations is that they come in and they just destroy their military, and they either enslave the race or they recruit them into their military.
Right.
Or whatever. What happened is when they went to the Chiss system, the Chiss did something that they never seen before. They came in with the Imperial fleet, and the Chiss basically sent a bunch of ambassadors, and they just said, hey, we see your guys have a huge-ass fleet and big-ass military, and you know what? You have direct control over our military. You can have all of our military, everything, whatever you want, as long as you stay out of our system. And that's how the Chiss got into the Empire.
So, first thing we're going to do here after these couple of discussions, we're going to have our first plug for our first sponsor here. Crossy's going to take over this right here.
Yes.
So we're going to give you a little insight on our first sponsor here. We're pretty proud of this right here.
Why don't you do our first sponsor, Gooch?
All right, our first sponsor is Brenda's Crafty Creations. She makes holiday stockings that you can hang on the mantle and stuff them full. Need a stocking to stuff? Only $15. NFL stockings and college stockings. There are also other stockings, including teddy bears, Christmas penguins, and reindeer penguins.
So the prophecy says.
Contact information is 419-475-6273. Call that number if you want to go ahead and get a stocking made for you. You buy two, you get one free. And that concludes our talk show for this week. So this is Gooch signing out along with
Crosby, and
this party's over.
So tune in next week to see what we got for you. And be sure to call Brenda's Crafty Creations for all your stocking needs. And this is us signing out.
Let's hear the Ewoks one more time.
No more.
Oh, no more.
See you guys.